India's finance minister was having an intense discussion with opposition leaders to break a political logjam, only to be interrupted by a call. The FM received it. After a few moments, the leader made a face and told the caller, "No, not now. I'm in a meeting." When asked, the FM said it was a finance company that had called to offer him a home loan. The FM apparently used to receive 4 to 5 such calls every day. That was 2013 and the finance minister was Pranab Mukherjee. The leaders he was in dialogue with were late Sushma Swaraj and Arun Jaitley. Despite many efforts, the fight against unsolicited calls and messages or spam continues even a decade later. On February 16, the Telecom Regulatory Authority of India directed telecom operators to stop spammers that had found a way around the protections brought in recent years. TRAI's press release said that it had issued 2 orders in the matter. So, what prompted the authority to act? Regulations were introduced in 2018 that covered messages such as one-time passwords. However, according to reports, it was found that the systems put in place after these regulations were being subverted to deliver spam instead. Under TRAI regulations, transactional messages like OTPs can only be sent by an organization if the template for such messages has been registered on a blockchain ledger maintained by telcos. According to TRAI's recent press release, it has been observed that telemarketers have been misusing headers and message templates belonging to registered parties. Now, TRAI has directed telcos to block all unverified headers within 30 days and all unverified message templates within 60. TRAI has asked telcos to re-verify all registered headers and message templates on the distributed ledger technology platform. The directions could ensure that all promotional messages are sent through registered telemarketers and using only approved templates. And how bad is the spam problem in India? To quantify the magnitude of pesky calls, local circles conducted a nationwide survey, which received over 56,000 responses from citizens across 342 districts of India. It found that 66% of the mobile subscribers surveyed received 3 or more pesky calls each day. It also found that 92% received unwanted or pesky calls despite being registered on the Do Not Disturb or DND list. According to local circles, this indicates that the DND lists managed by telecom operators are ineffective in stopping unsolicited commercial communication from marketers and business or service providers. And where are these calls coming from? Local circles found that 78% of mobile subscribers surveyed reported that the maximum unwanted calls were from the financial services and real estate sectors. The situation on the pesky messages front isn't any better either. A separate national survey from the same organization found that 51% of WhatsApp users surveyed received 4 or more spam messages each day. Meanwhile, 68% of mobile subscribers said they received 4 or more promotional or spam SMSs every day. In fact, every subscriber surveyed was receiving spam. So will the latest action by TRAI help, and how?
Where the order lags and where I think work is needed is there is no easy feedback mechanism for a consumer or a subscriber to report when they get a pesky SMS. And, it has to be very simple. And, it should be something which is a single click. Somebody clicks on a message, just like you do on email saying report junk. You say, report a pesky SMS, and you just click once and you're done. And I think that feedback should then feed into the entire management of, the different senders who are sending pesky messages and blocking them. So that's, on the pesky messages. The order does not address much of the pesky call issue, which is a much bigger issue because, it's much more intrusive.
Telcos have opposed the mandatory implementation of calling name presentation or caller ID. Instead, they have suggested that it should be offered as an opt-in feature. One challenge in implementing it is the lack of enabled devices in India. So what more can be done about pesky calls?
A much more broader solution is needed, where if somebody, a user basically should be able to identify or give feedback when they get a spam call, again with a single click. And when enough users do that against a particular number, that number should be barred for calling, for outbound calling, let's say for a period of 1 week to start with, and then a month maybe. And then, the Aadhaar number gets tagged. So when that same Aadhaar person goes for getting, another SIM card with any operator, because the whole system is integrated, essentially, they have to give many more declarations or give some kind of a security deposit. So I think that is where the solution lies.
Telcos and right is saying that there is no support at the device level, and frankly, the punitive measures have not helped much. I believe we need a joint effort by the regulators, the government, at the OS level, along with the smartphone brands as well. So India is about 95% plus Android market. So with Google, I think there is at device kernel level some support is required. See, at an Android level, what I meant was just like Android, Google has a feature in some of the developed markets like call screening, where you can actually ask that why the person is calling before you decide to pick up the call or decline the call. Why can't that be done in a country like India?
And is there a solution to the proliferation of spam on WhatsApp?
There, what we have done is we have escalated to menace. And I think there the government will have to work on this with WhatsApp and find a mechanism where basically, users can again provide feedback easily.
Citing an RTI reply, Medianama has reported that the government does not have data on the number of spam calls that were made in 2022. This is surprising since a report by Truecaller said that out of the 20 countries it surveyed, India had witnessed the fourth highest number of such calls in 2021, up from the ninth highest in 2020. As a good starting point, the authorities may want to consider management guru Peter Drucker's words, "If you can't measure it, you can't manage it."
If you like this video, share it and subscribe to Business Standard. For more news, views and insights, log on to www.business-standard.com. Do also follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Telegram and LinkedIn.